Hello and a very good evening and welcome to the Léopold Sédar Senghor Stadium, the home of Senegalese football, where tonight the hosts are entertaining the Ivory Coast in this African Cup of Nations second leg qualification match. The Ivory Coast come here tonight with a 2-goal cushion after winning the first leg 4-2 just 1 month ago. And whether it's normal time, extra time or on penalties, at the end of tonight we'll know who's going to qualify for next year's tournament to be held in South Africa. The players are lining up here and we're about to have the respective national anthems of both sides here in this packed 60,000 capacity stadium here in Dakar, Senegal.
Leurs engagements en faveur du fair play. D'abord, le capitaine de l'équipe du Sénégal.
Bonsoir. Au nom de nos deux équipes, adversaires d'un moment et amis de jour, je déclare que nous jouerons avec sportivité dans le respect des règles de nos adversaires et des officiels du match.
Le message du capitaine de la Côte d'Ivoire.
Nous promettons de faire honneur aux principes de sportivité et de solidarité, aujourd'hui, à l'avenir, sur le terrain et en dehors.
Le capitaine du Sénégal.
Nous adhérons tous au slogan Fair Play et nous déclarons solennellement,
tous ensemble les deux capitaines.
Mon jeu est le fair play.
Merci.
Well, the two respective captains of both these sides, Papas Cissé of Senegal and Didier Drogba of the Ivory Coast, given their respective speeches with regards to fair play. Two illustrious and distinguished players wear their captain's armband, rightfully so, with a great deal of pride. What an atmosphere here in the Léopold Sédar Senghor Stadium, packed to the rafters. Temperatures in and around the 29 degrees mark here tonight, And what a red-hot atmosphere we have on our hands. Winner takes all tonight. All roads lead to the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations finals to be held in South Africa. What a stage, what a match. And let's hope it really does live up to the expectations here. 4-2 the lead from the first leg for the Ivory Coast. And it really was a match highlighted by many a pundit as the pick of the qualifying matches, and rightly so. These two African heavyweights didn't disappoint 1%. A real roller coaster match. Saw the Ivory Coast come out on top. Twice Senegal had the lead. But back came the Ivory Coast in their faces to finally seal the deal. 4-2 winners. And will that be enough to take them over the finishing tape here tonight? All questions will be answered at the end of this match. They really are going for it tonight, Senegal. 2 goals down, and rightly so. They have brought back Newcastle's Demba Ba to spearhead the attack tonight. And he will be paired up front by his club mates and teammates, Captain Papa Cisse, as well as Musasau and Adami Ndoye, to try and plug that 2-goal deficit for Senegal. Well, as for the Ivory Coast, their wonderful captain and legend Didier Drogba is here once again, winning his 90th cap here tonight. 57 goals in his illustrious career as an Ivory Coast player. The man who scored Chelsea's winning penalty in their Champions League success early on this year against Bayern Munich. Shektioke has recovered from an injury, and he takes his place back in the midfield alongside the Peter Pan of Ivory Coast football, Didier Zakora, to keep things tight in the middle of the pitch. Well, there were 4 other games that were played prior to the kick-off here in the qualification stages. Nigeria had a 6-1 rout against Liberia, 8-3 in aggregate that game. Botswana lost 4-1 at home to Mali, a pretty simplistic route there for Mali, 7-1 on aggregate. And the Ghanaians have safely made it through to the finals next year. A 1-0 away victory in the Malawari saw them win over the 2 legs games 3-0. And a lot of excitement in Uganda against Zambia. Uganda won 1-0 on the night, 1 apiece on aggregate, and that went all the way through from extra time into a penalty shootout. And the Zambians came through 9-8 on penalties. Well, that's touched on. What a game that was just a month ago in the Ivory Coast. The first goal came through a long-range strike from Diame Ndoye. What a strike 2 minutes before half-time from Kalou gave the Ivory Coast the equaliser. It really did change the complex of the team talk from both coaches, it has to be said. Papa Cisse of Newcastle gave Senegal the lead once again, but in the 60th minute, that's when the story changed. They scored once again from Givinho, and then 2 Ivory Coast goals were disallowed before Didier Drogba struck from the penalty spot in the 80th minute, and Max Gradel of Leicester capped a fine display with the 4th goal for the Ivory Coast in the 85th minute to put the result beyond doubt. Well, the supporters are doing their bit here for the Senegal football team, making a lot of noise inside the stadium. Will that be enough to see them get that first goal and get the win behind their sails? We shall wait and see. Very much a footballing nation in transition are Senegal. Caretaker coach here in the form of Joseph Côte is holding down the reins. They are bringing the youth through just to give them a chance here. A lot of the young players who represented Senegal in the London Olympics have been given call-ups. So they look to freshen things up somewhat here a little in Senegal. But right here, right now, it is the African Cup of Nations on their hands. It will be the home side, Senegal in white, who's going to kick from left to right here in the first half. And let's hope this game was as good as the first one here. in the Ivory Coast. Fingers crossed. Well, Ndiaye has taken his place in goal here. They've changed it up here from the first leg, have Senegal. Bona Kundal normally holds things down in between the sticks for Senegal, but he has been given the nod today, Ndiaye, and let's hope he can rise to the occasion. There was Gervinho there, the Arsenal player, just playing it back there. I really do have two wonderful strike forces on our hand here tonight. Drogba, Gervinho up front for the Ivory Coast. Ndiaye, Demba Ba and Papa Cisse for Senegal. Mouth-watering prospect. Be a big shock if it'll be a 0-0 draw here tonight, that's for sure. There's Drogba losing out there to Mbingje. Côte there at the back, and in his fifth cap tonight, the Anderlecht player. And a lot is expected of this man here today, a Moussa Sow of Fenerbahce. His 18th cap tonight for Senegal, and has scored 6 times for his country. Pretty good return for Sow. And he'll look to get on the ball as much as he can here tonight. Really did look good going forward in the first leg, did Senegal, as you would expect with a plethora of striking talent that they do have at their disposal. But somewhat shaky at the back, some defensive mistakes. Saw Ivory Coast hit the back of the net on 4 occasions, and those defensive mistakes surely have to be at a minimum tonight. Good start to the match here by the home side. In comes the cross, looking for Demba Ba. And here is Mohamed Daimi in the middle. Into Sow with a shot, beaten away there by Copper. Crowd raised the decibel level here once again inside the stadium. What a noise they're creating here, a real concoction of noise, just what the home side needed. Qualifiers there with the foul for the Ivory Coast. Does wear his heart in his sleeve, the Newcastle player. 32nd cap here tonight for Qualifiers. Yet to find the back of the net for the Ivory Coast. Managed to do so last season for Newcastle in a stunning 4-4 draw at home to Arsenal. An 86th minute equaliser. The Newcastle were 4-0 down at one stage in that match. A dangerous free kick here, and Copper is lining up that defensive wall. Expect a cross inside the penalty area, in it comes, and that has safely gone into the hands of Copper. Ndiaye there with the free kick. Played long, looking towards Drogba. No sign of an Ivory Coast player anywhere near the ball. Boos there for Yaya Toure. Here's Gervinho on the ball, looking to work a bit of magic. He's got round his man. Can he swing it across? Drogba's in the middle. And the ball is cleared and onto the chest of Qualifiers. Here's Kolo Toure. Bit of a loose pass there to his partner. It is in on goal here. Oh, and he sliced it wide there. A gilt-edged chance has gone a begging there for Senegal. And Copper just telling the defence to calm down somewhat. Well, he did the hard work there, did Endure. Got past his man and just dragged it wide. There's no roof on the stadium here in the Leopold Sédar Senghor Stadium, and if there was, it certainly would have raised off the roof here had that ball gone in the back of the net. Here's Gui, plays it long, looking for the physical presence of Demba Ba. One well in the air by Kolo Touré. One of two Ivory Coast players who have gone past the 100 caps mark. Didier Sikora being the other one, the most capped player in Ivory Coast football history, Didier Sikora. Cap number 106 coming his way tonight. But Ba for Senegal has given away a throw-in. A chance for Ivory Coast just to take the sting out of the game at the moment. The throw-in will be taken by Emmanuel Aboui of Galatasaray. A wealth of experience under the belt of the ex-Arsenal player. Here's Gervinho, watched carefully there by Moussa Sow. That's a long range effort, and that has gone high wide and not so handsome there from Tiote. Good start to the match. Both sides getting a little bit of time on the ball. It's good to see that the Ivory Coast are not sitting back there on their 2-goal cushion. Still breaking forward and committing men when they can. Before they had a foul there, Tiote. The ball was picked up by Sow, and that is a long range effort. Damien Dow there, the shoot on sight policy, so to speak. Looks like he has a bit of a nasty wound in the head there, this Tiote. And it looks like that will require some stitches. And of course, with that 2-goal cushion tonight, they are heavy favourites to progress through to the finals, the Ivory Coast. FIFA have ranked the Ivory Coast number 1, in fact, amongst the African nations, ahead of Ghana, even though Ghana have performed better on aggregate in tournament football over the last 5 years. That ranking is largely due to the Ivory Coast performing well in friendly matches. Currently have a FIFA world ranking of 16, the Ivory Coast. Their highest was 14 of June last year. In my opinion, if they were to progress through to the finals next year, the Ivory Coast, with Nigeria and Ghana, for me, as well as the host nation South Africa, will most definitely be the 4 favourites to lift the trophy. Ball is splashed wide into the right-hand channel. In it comes. Demba Ba looking to get on the end of it. Thumbs up there from the Newcastle striker. Strange start to the season made by the Senegalese captain, Papa Cissé, to his Premier League campaign. It has to be said, no goals in 7 starts for the skipper. And that was after netting 13 goals in just 14 starts last season for the Magpies. Complete opposite to his strike partner Ba. His barren spell coincided with the arrival of Cissé last January. A complete role reversal this season with Ba netting 6 goals in 7 starts. going to be a free kick once again to Senegal. And they've got plenty of height and strength in their team if the delivery's good. In it comes. That was a foul there by Papasore up from the back. So a free kick here, taken long by Copper. And here is Bar on the ball. Into Sis, looking to play the ball up from the back. Good patient build up here by Senegal. The temptation would be to hit the front men with a lot of long balls, especially with the height they do possess, Demba Ba and Cisse. But good patient football by the home side. And they do have the Ivorians on the back foot here in the first 10 minutes of this opening half. You'll be pleased with the start they've made here, the caretaker coach, Joseph Côte. So he's been patched up, fit to fight another day here, Tiote. Ball goes long, looking for the physical presence of Drogba, just backing into his man there, the captain for the Ivory Coast. And it was Guy who drew the foul there from Drogba. Here's Bart in towards Salih. Played wide into the space here by Mbod. He's won the throw-in. Looks like it is going to be a long throw-in into the danger zone here by the big right back. Oh, Didier Drogba made his way back there to give a helping hand to his defenders. He's done that ever so well over the years for Chelsea. Wonderful player in both penalty areas. Haven't seen too much of the engine room so far from Ivory Coast. With regards to Yaya Toure, really has been a bit of an enigma for the Ivory Coast over the years. He's had a lot of criticism thrown his way. Really has failed to make a history with the Ivory Coast. Some critics and observers do criticise him for an apparent lack of determination when he defends his nation's honour. A real powerhouse in that Manchester City engine room. Not so for the Ivory Coast. Oh, that's excellent play by Tiote. Sakura coming across that defensive shield, looking to mop up the danger. Here's Bart. Good layoff once again. Played wide into the left-hand channel, but that's overhit. That was a good try there by Cease. If they do qualify here tonight, the Ivory Coast, next year will be their 20th appearance in the African Cup of Nations, their first of which was in 1965. Oh, that's well played again. He's arguing the toss there. It's Demba Ba. He believes the referee should have played an advantage. It's a cynical foul there by Sakura, coming right through the back. The Senegal striker, lucky to escape. Not getting a yellow card shown his way, that's for sure. Well, as usual, it is going to be Ndoye on the ball for the free kick. Plays it wide into the space here for Bart. Well, to the disappointment of everybody in the penalty area, he's overhit that cross. His delivery so far tonight hasn't been as he would have liked. Well, both these sides have been on some good form en route to tonight's match. Just one defeat between the two teams, and that of course was by Senegal in the first leg, losing out 4-2. The Ivory Coast last match before that 4-2 victory was a 1-1 draw in Russia. Other than that, they've had a couple of good draws away in Morocco and at home to Guinea. Here's Ndoye once again. Played wide here to Mbod. He comes inside past Gervinho. Just tried to clip that ball in there to Cisse. Oh, but that's brilliant play by Drogba. Slides that ball through to Gervinho. Oh, and the touch was just a touch heavy there by the Arsenal player. Well, he had his sights in goal there. And he showed a good, clean pair of heels there to Guinea. Copper was pretty slow to come off his line. Recent history with regards to results between these two meetings swings the way in the favour of Ivory Coast. In 5 matches to Senegal's 3. This stadium is something of a happy hunting ground for the Ivory Coast. They won their one and only African Cup of Nations here in 1992 versus Ghana, winning that game in a penalty shootout. So a lot of happy memories here for the Elephants. A lucky omen, perhaps. There's Touré playing the ball into the space, and a chance here on the counter-attack here for the Ivorians. And they're stopped in their tracks there by some wonderful defending by Senegal. Here's Demba Ba, played wide to Moussa Sow. Can he take on his man? Oh, it's a wonderful slide rule pass. Beautiful goalkeeping there by Copper. Upper Cisse was about to pull the trigger. The goalkeeper there was as brave as a lion. He's got hurt for his troubles. It really was a beautiful slide rule pass, bisecting the defence. And out came Copper, using all his experience there to great effect. The draw for the finals next year in South Africa will take place in Durban on the 24th of October. Which of these two teams here is going to find their name in the hat? The final of which will be in the Soccer City Stadium in Johannesburg on the 10th of February. A wonderful arena there, 94,000 capacity. Stadium fit to grace any final. Well, Joseph Koto there just passing on some information to his players. Never want to see a player injured, but on the positive note, the players get a bit of a water break. Scorching conditions out here. Most of these players ply their trade in Europe, of course. Temperatures are nowhere near what they are here tonight. And that was a good chance for Gervinho just some 5 minutes ago. in some wonderful form so far at the start of the Premier League season for Arsenal. And it was he who was the man of the match in that first leg. Kept a good display with a goal. So far this season, 3 goals already for Arsenal in just 6 appearances. Senegalese supporters just raising the tempo once again. Those drums are beating, fine in tune, well synchronised. Here's Bar on the overlap. Again, a poor delivery from the left back. In his 5th cap tonight, the Porto player. Cora again giving away a free kick. Again, the referee's been somewhat lenient here on the Ivory Coast players. A cynical trip there by Zakora. No yellow card. Most of the free kicks that Senegal have had at their disposal have been a good distance from the penalty box. Anything that is in the wide areas. This man here on the ball in Doit has a wonderful delivery, and it comes. Oh, that's gone all the way through for a goal kick to the Ivory Coast. No service whatsoever so far, Cisse and Demba Ba. Just the one chance between them. Or Cisse slashed that chance wide. There's Drogba, beautiful chest control. Takes the pressure off his side, winning the free kick. Gives everybody a breather for a couple of minutes. A real handful there for Imbod. He's coming through the back, the ex-Chelsea player. In it comes, there's a real chance here, good defending there. Got his foot in the way just in time there, did Bart. Is going to be the first corner of the match here for the Ivory Coast. This spells danger. A lot of support behind the goal there for the Ivorians. That corner came in, it was Kolo Touré there with the foul. Too far for the Ivory Coast supporters to travel in this West Coast African derby here. Here it comes with the ball. Delivery hasn't been nowhere near as polished and as silky smooth so far from the home side as the coach Joseph Koto would have wanted. They do have a wonderful record in this competition once they do qualify, the Elephants of the Ivory Coast. Since that 2006 runners-up appearance, got to a quarter-final stage or better in the last 4 competitions. Here's Bar, wide left once again. All the possession so far has been dominated by the home side, Senegal. They have lacked a cutting edge once they've got in and around the Ivory Coast penalty box. Sabri Lamucci. Ivory Coast should be pretty satisfied so far by his side's display. A bit of argy-bargy going on. It is Sakura who's calming things down, rightly so. He walked away there from the heat of the moment, did Côte. Snapping at his heels there was Imbod. Everything correct so far here at the Ivory Coast. They've turned up, they've taken the sting out of the situation, and they haven't conceded an early goal. That is just a tonic of what they would have wanted here. Got a lot of experience in their side, complete opposite to the Senegalese team. And they've used that experience here so far to great effect. Here's Imbod on the ball, looking to get the return. Sakura just coming across, snuffing out the danger. Well, in their first ever World Cup appearance in the 2002 World Cup, Senegal. They really did get tongues wagging that year, making it all the way through to the quarter-final stage. Eventually losing out to Turkey, but what a great debut showing it was. Still looking on somewhat nervously from the sidelines there is Joseph Côte. What a bump up and an upgrade from the Senegal under-23 coaching job that he had to lock things down here this year for the senior team. That was a wonderful ball into the space there for Max Gradel. He couldn't get on the end of it there, the Leicester winger. Senegal start once again, beautifully intercepted. Again, the referee doesn't give the advantage. It's been a real stop-start bitty game so far in the first half. No real flow, no real rhythm, and that'll suit the Ivory Coast. Here's Yaya Touré, wide into the space. Will the cross come in? Yes, it does. Looking for Drogba. The danger is cleared there by Imbod for a throw-in to the Ivorians. Seen very little so far of Max Gradel out on that wide flank for the Ivory Coast. Here is Didier Drogba, the captain. Here's Javinho. Will he get a shot on goal? In fact, he's won a corner. Looked like he was going to pull the trigger there with his right foot. Here's Gradel, who is going to take the corner. It was razor sharp in that first leg. Really does have a lot of promise, does the little winger. Need a goal scoring appearance coming on as a sub for Qualifiers. In comes the corner. And it's safely cleared. It's all alone there. Suso against three Ivory Coast players, and that is a waste. They had a chance for the break there, Senegal. Crowd are getting somewhat restless here in the stadium. Making a lot of noise early on. Still are, but not quite as high as what it was in the first 15 minutes. Here's Sal on the attack once again. Plenty of Ivory Coast bodies back. Just look how deep Drogba is there. Here is Guardel. Switch flanks to the left-hand side. Plays it into Yaya Toure. Then it goes to Shektiote. Oh, that's well played here by the Ivory Coast. A little triangle of passes there. Here's Moussa Sow once again. Hasn't really taken on his man once in this first half. Oh, it's excellent defending. Didn't panic. There is Guardel again. Into his skipper Drogba. The ball is kicked out of play there by Senegal. They have a man down here. They've never won the African Cup of Nations, Senegal. They were the runners-up in 2002, losing out on penalties to Cameroon. And they do have the accolade of winning the Amilcar Cabral Cup on 8 occasions. That is a soccer competition for the West African teams. 8 times winners. Guinea in second place with 5 titles. They do have a lot of history under their belt, Senegal. It looks like we're going to have an early substitution, and Moussa Konaté is getting an early chance to show us just what he's made of here. The FC Chronostar player, winning his 4th cap tonight. He looked like he knew he had that injury straight away there, did Ricardo Fati. Signal to the bench straight away that he needed to be subbed. He will play no further part in this game. Will this be a positive change here for Senegal? He has scored 1 occasion, 3 caps, says Moussa Konaté, so he does have what it takes to find the back of the net. Played long by Cease, wide into the space here for Endao. We touched on in the introduction just what a plethora of talent they do have at their disposal up front here, Senegal. But credit where credit is due here to that Ivory Coast defence. They really have snuffed out the danger so far in this first half. Here's a chance here. Drogba looking to get on the end of that long ball. And an excellent start to his career in Shanghai Shenhua has Didier Drogba. 7 goals in 8 matches for the Chinese side. A bit of gamesmanship there by the Ivory Coast captain. Been there, seen it, done it as Didier Drogba. On every honour and his spell at Chelsea. There's Moussa Sow, can he swing across him? Oh, beautiful play there by Tiote. Came across, has conceded a corner here to Senegal. perfect time to score a goal here for the home side as we approach the half-time whistle. In the corner comes, good save there. Oh, that was almost an own goal. Got down well there, did Copper, to his right, just palmed the ball away. There's Drogba using all of his experience there, drew the foul. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Really did take the heat out of the situation there. Saw the man coming there in doubt. What a good save that was. Good reflexes there by Copper. Free kick taken long into the night there, won well there by Mbod. His first cap tonight, Mbod. So far he's done himself justice. Played ever so well. Here is Barr on the overlap. He's played this first half almost like a left winger, has Barr. Oh, was that a free kick? The referee says no. Crowd voiced their disapproval at that decision. Well, still it's Senegal in the ascendancy. If they do go ahead and qualify tonight, the Ivory Coast, they will look to go one better than last year. The runners-up losing out to Zambia, 8-7 on penalties in that final. The red-hot favourites to bag the trophy. Just didn't turn up on the day in the final last year, that has to be said. Got a bit of stage fright somewhat. Zambia upset the apple cart, took the trophy. Here's Ndoye, 2 men to beat here, comes inside. Well, how well have Tiote and Zakora played this first half? Really have provided a defensive shield in front of the back two. Held their ground, nothing fancy, no thrills or spills. Just got to foot him whenever it's counted, and they've needed it most. In comes the free kick, and that is safely taken there by Ndoye. As he's trade in the Swedish league, the Allsvenskan for Kalmar. The young goalkeeper, also played in the London Olympics this year for Senegal. Got his chance tonight, he's done well. Here's Yaya Toure. Hasn't got on the ball as much as he would have liked tonight. The game has just passed by him. Well, there is the first yellow card of the match. The referee's waited for a long time to reach inside his pocket for his notebook. Here's Mbod, who was the first recipient of the referee getting out his pencil. Other matches tonight in the African Cup of Nations qualifying second leg rounds are Tunisia against Sierra Leone and Morocco against Mozambique. 2-2 the aggregate score in that first leg. Tunisia, Sierra Leone. Mozambique go to Morocco tonight with a 2-goal advantage. kick there taken by Ndiaye. Header one in the air there by Endow. They've switched flanks at the latter stages here in this first half of Gervinho and Gradel. It hasn't changed a thing for the Ivory Coast. Cisse does have 11 goals in 21 matches for Senegal. Some way away from getting himself as Senegal's highest ever top goal scorer. That was Henri Camara, 29 goals. There is the overhead kick and a wonderful save there. Oh, beautiful technique there from Moussa Sow. He is proving a formidable barrier in that Ivory Coast goal tonight, this Copper. Beat that away for a corner. And it comes. It's gone all the way outside the penalty area there with the corner as Ndoye. Chances have been at a minimum so far tonight, but both goalkeepers have shown us their full repertoire of skills so far. Have been up to everything that has been thrown their way. Do get the feeling if this man here does get one gilt-edged chance, he's going to go in the back of the net. Cisse. 0-0 the score. Still that 2-goal cushion here for the Ivory Coast, 4-2 on aggregate. Sakura into Shektiote. To thread that through there to Yaya. In a lot more forward now in the latter stages of the second half, the Manchester City midfielder. In his 72nd cap tonight. If he does get in the score sheet, it will be his 11th goal for his country. There's going to be another corner here, and this is going to be the last chance here for Senegal. Referee has a look at his watch as we approach the half-time whistle. Excellent defending again. There's an Ivory Coast player down on the floor once again, not for the first time tonight. Looks like it is the captain Drogba who's going to be in the need of some attention. Have come into tonight's game without Lille's new forward and former Chelsea player Solomon Kalou, the Ivory Coast. They have lacked a little bit of cutting edge up front so far tonight. He could have made a difference with regards to that kind of play. Nevertheless, the defence, the goalkeeper and the midfield have been rock solid. Looks like he's in a spot of bother there with a left shoulder injury, is Drogba. He's not happy there with the referee. His feelings known there towards the official. Let's hope that ice pack does the trick there for Drogba. Top goal scorer in Ivory Coast football history with 57 goals. Debut all the way back in 2005 did Drogba. will be 2 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. We've yet to see the deadlock broken here. Here's Tiote, that's a good ball through. Offside given there by the linesman. Just needed to look across the line there, did Jovino. Back on the field of play here is Didier Drogba, somewhat gingerly, it has to be said. Down on his haunches again there is Drogba. That shoulder injury is going to be in need of some attention in the half-time break. Throwing it down the line. The danger is cleared there by Senegal. High up into the night there. Won well there by Kolo Touré. Well, he just grimaces in pain there, Drogba, as he went up for the header. He's in a real spot of bother. He's the talisman and skipper for the Elephants. Here's Bar, played long in here to Cisse. There is the half-time whistle, in fact, by the referee. It was the first half that was dominated by Senegal. They created a couple of half chances. Copper, the Ivory Coast goalkeeper, was equal to all of them. Half-time score here from the Léopold Sédar Senghor Stadium. Senegal 0, Ivory Coast 0. Welcome back here to Dakar, Senegal. We're about to get the second half up and underway here. 0-0 the score, and a lot to do here for Senegal to try and reduce and make inroads into the 2-goal deficit. This man here on your screen here, Bart, he did his bit in the first half, really did get up and down that left-hand flank there as well as he could. If there is going to be a first goal in this match, well, it's going to really do a lot to the end result here tonight, that's for sure. If the Ivory Coast get it, the party is going to be over for Senegal, you'd like to think, and if the home side get it, it's game on. Just a couple of clear-cut chances in that first half. One to Javinho of the Ivory Coast and one to Papa Cisse. The good news for the Ivory Coast team is that their talisman and captain Didier Drogba has looked to have shaken off that left shoulder injury at the end of the first half. And he is out here to lead his side once again. That's nicely done there by Aboué. This man had an excellent first half, Copper. Working overtime to keep a clean sheet. Well played again by Senegal. It's gone wide to Bart. In comes the cross. Just a little nudge there from Papa Cisse. Well spotted there by the linesman. And the free kick rightly given towards the Ivory Coast. Glad to see the stadium is packed to the rafters here tonight in Dakar. Open up in 1985. Supporters have been queuing up for hours to get inside here tonight. Get themselves a ticket. So far, the home side haven't put on a show. Once again played towards Ndoye, easily dealt with again by the Ivory Coast. To use the pace on the break here of Javinho, and he's got round his man here. Wardell looking to make a break into the box, he's going all alone here. Well, Drogba thought he was tripped there, but what a good break that was from Javinho. AJ got back in there to make the defensive tackle. Got round Konate there. Consummate ease. Just couldn't put the finishing touches there. That wonderful dribble there, Javinho. Yaya Toure in the middle, big powerful presence in the midfield. It's Konate, played wide to Côte. They've won a throw in here, Senegal, looking to take it quickly. Comes the chance here, but then it's well read there. Wonderful defending there by Boca. Seen him concede another corner here to Senegal as they look to turn up the heat. Papa Suarez up from the back as well as Cease to add some height and power here. It's going to be an out-swinging corner, right-footed. The danger is clear there by the Ivory Coast. In comes the cross again. There's a chance, another good save there by Copper. Upper Cisse there with the flick header. Was that handball? Referee concurs and it will be a free kick to Senegal. A lot of height and power in their team, Senegal. Is it going to work? In comes the cross, a real up and under. They've dealt with that all day so far, the Ivory Coast. Hacked away there by Yaya Toure. Still the danger not clear. Senegal come once again. Will they be in danger on the break here, the Elephants? It's 2 against 2, and here's Gervinho. Beautifully done by Toure. Was he tricked? The referee says yes. This is going to be a free kick here in a dangerous position here for the Ivory Coast. He's done that very well over the last season here for Manchester City. Is Yaya Toure breaking through the midfield. Once he does get into his stride, it really does take some stopping. Oh, we've got 4 Ivorians around the ball, but I do reckon that Didier Drogba is going to pull rank here with this free kick. Have to have his wits about him here as in Diet. Drogba really does have a hammer foot from this position. In fact, it will be Drogba who is lining up this free kick. And it comes. What a goal! 1-0! Didier Drogba, the captain. Big players win big games. That free kick has gone right into the corner there, all the way past Ndiaye. What a player, what a man. He has done just what his country would have wanted here today. A beautiful free kick drilled into the corner. The aggregate score now is 5-2 in favour of the Ivory Coast, 1-0 on the night. Oh, you just knew, didn't you? As soon as he pulled the trigger down on Didier Drogba, there was only one outcome. Didn't cover himself in glory there, did he, Ndiaye? Just went through underneath his palms. That is goal number 57 for Didier Drogba. Demba Ba is going to leave the field of play. He's going to be replaced by a Sadai Amenai, the Red Bull Salzburg player. It hasn't been his best game in a Senegal shirt, that's for sure, Demba Ba. lot to do for the coach Joseph Côte now. Looks like he knows it as well. Played down the line there for Max Guardel. Well, that silenced the crowd, that strike from Drogba. It's a real mountain for Senegal to climb now. They really do need a goal within the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, that's for sure. He's down there at the moment. Really have been in the wars tonight, the Ivory Coast players. Didier Drogba as well is in need of some attention. Really do need some stability here. The Ivory Coast footballing team had 4 different coaches in 4 years. Rowan Eriksson for just 1 tournament, and that was the South Africa 2010 World Cup. Chos Zalui from 2010 to 2012 early this year held the fort down before Sabri Lamouchi took over early this year. I really do think it is last chance saloon here for Senegal. They're going to make their last throw of the dice here. Out goes Moussa Sow, in comes Papa Gueye. He's a big fellow and he has made his way straight inside the penalty box here for this free kick. They really do need to get something from this, and it comes. Headed clear there by the goal scorer Drogba. Long cross into the box again, and a good header. And what a chance that was. Well, he's only been on the field for a couple of minutes here. Papa Gueye nearly got his first goal here for Senegal. In his 6th cap tonight. That was a golden opportunity for him to make a name for himself. What a fitting end to his Ivory Coast career it would be for Didier Drogba if they were to qualify tonight and win the finals next year. Real chance for the golden generation of Ivory Coast players to leave their mark before they hang up their boots. The Touré brothers, Zakora, Drogba, the Boué and Co have all been around for a while. The African Cup of Nations next year would be the perfect send-off. All those players who have done their country proud over the years. Given against Guardel. He's been a lot quieter in this second leg as he was in the first leg, the Leicester winger. Seen as much as the ball as Ivory Coast has set out their stall to frustrate, and they really have done that. Or TJ and Co bossed that midfield. African Cup of Nations, Senegal. As I said, they were the runners-up in the 2002 edition, losing to Cameroon. The way things are going, not going to progress to the finals next year. As things change quick time here in Dakar. They are leaving the free kick. He's gone for goal. That was a good effort and well watched there by Ndai. Oh, you just can't keep a good man down, can you? Drogba going for goal from that distance. That is the mark of the confidence of the man. Corner to be taken here by Guardel. The outswinger, right-footed. Drogba's in the box. Ball is hacked clear there by Kunate. Out there by Ndai. Senegalese player start again. Gone wide left here to Bar. Left footed, in it comes. Excellent header there by Kolo Touré. Can't get a game at Manchester City. Boy, has he played well tonight. Cap number 103 for Kolo Touré. The last year of his contract at Manchester City is Touré. If he were to let that contract run down, what a good pickup he would be on a free transfer at the end of the season. Here comes the cross once again. And it's defended well there by Tini, the Paris Saint-Germain left back. Well tonight up against Papa Cisse as Tine. Cisse's had no change out of him whatsoever. Have a good defensive header there by Boca. Him and Kolo Touré have been like two twin towers there at the heart of the Ivory Coast defence. Willing that corner to come in quickly, in it comes, headed clear there by Sakura. Bit of desperation about the Senegal play at the moment. They're camped inside their penalty box at the moment, Ivory Coast. They just can't get out. Happy to just sit back and soak up the pressure. That's going to be a free kick. Will it be a yellow card? Indeed it is. Gini there showing the yellow card for a trip on the substitute. Sadio Mane. Real danger here for the Ivory Coast. Will be left footer taken here by Bar. In it comes. Excellent defending there by Tute at the back post. Really has justified his selection tonight as the Newcastle midfield player. Bar with the free kick, and it's going to be Bar here with the corner. In swinging corner. Defended well there. Didier Drogba. Here's Ndoye there. It's well defended. It's going to be a goal kick here to the Elephants. They really have slipped down the ranking table somewhat over the years of Senegal. Currently ranked 68 in the world. And the highest was in their golden era That was in June 2004 when they got themselves as low as 26. Oh, that's a wonderful clip ball down the line by Ndoye. Well, you've done defensively well if you see a player of the calibre of Demba Ba being substituted. Cease there, who's moved further forward in the second half here for Senegal. There cleared by Drogba, and Yaya Touré can't get on the end of it. Oh, it's broken loose here. The offside flag has gone up. Keita there looking frustrated in the midfield. A square-shouldered midfield player for Senegal. They've huffed and they've puffed and they just haven't broken down the door of the Ivory Coast so far tonight, Senegal. Silence descends around the stadium here in Dakar. Nowhere near as vocal here after that Didier Drogba opener, the crowd. Got a couple of spectators making their way onto the pitch here. Ugly scenes here in Dakar. Good to see. The stewards have got themselves onto the field of play here, just to eject those idiots off the field of play. Some missiles that's being thrown down there in the tunnel. Been a clean match so far, on and off the field. Over 1,000 police on official duty here tonight in Dakar. So far it has been a match without any controversy, and long may that continue. Long upfield there by Mbodj. Here's the substitute Mani, brought down there by Tiote. Well, they need a goal here, Senegal, and they need one fast. Clock is ticking. This tie is slipping away with every minute that goes by here. 5-2 the lead on aggregate to the Ivory Coast. 1-0 on the night. Here's the free kick taken. And has cleared the bar by some distance. Been a good campaign so far this year for the Ivory Coast. The first World Cup qualifier was also in June. That was a 2-2 draw away to Morocco. The Ivory Coast twice had the lead in that match. Klou opened the scoring in the 8th minute and Kolo Touré restored the lead once again in the 60th minute. Morocco managed to forge out an 89th minute equaliser. Their second World Cup game, also in the same month, was a 2-0 victory at home to Tanzania. So a good solid start to their campaign for the 2014 Brazil World Cup. And have they forced a corner here, Senegal? The referee agrees. Continuing to get down the byline there is Bar, but he's had no change out of Aboué. Stuck to his task manfully has the Galatasaray at right back. There is Here's the corner, left-footed. He's done well in both penalty areas tonight, Drogba. Here is Yaya Toure. Can he stretch his legs here on the break? Yes, he can. A beautiful ball here to Gradel. He's had a shot. He spilled it here, and Toure almost got on the end of it. Oh, would you believe it? The referee's given a penalty. Looked like Ndiaye got a hand on the ball. Well, they can't believe it, the Senegal players. Max Gradel had the shot, was parried there by Ndiaye. He got it back on the rebound. It looks like he's given it for a trip there by Mbut. Well, I'm not sure about that. I think the referee's made an error there. Can't have had a clear view of it, but nevertheless he has given a spot kick here to the Ivory Coast. He scored from the spot in the first leg, did Didier Drogba. And he's going to have a chance here from 12 yards to get his and the Ivory Coast second goal of the night. And still the missiles continue to rain down on the pitch. And it is going to be Didier Drogba here. He's going to step up. In it goes. 2-0. Sends Ndiaye the wrong way with a conclusive spot kick. And the Ivory Coast are going to the South African Cup of Nations next year, surely. Makes no mistake whatsoever there with that spot kick, Didier Drogba. His 59th goal for the Ivory Coast, his second in the night. And the Ivory Coast now lead 6-2 on aggregate. They have 1 foot in the door to the qualification of next year's finals. Well, I touched on the fact that this stadium is a happy hunting ground for the Ivory Coast players. It looks like that luck is going to continue here tonight, unless Senegal can find some inspiration from somewhere. Unless things change in this match. Ivory Coast headlines in tomorrow's newspapers are going to be: they came, they saw, they conquered. Here's Bart. Can he weave a bit of magic down that left-hand side? Well, he's on a hat-trick at the moment, Didier Drogba, and who's going to bet against him getting it? No idea if there's any statues of that man in the Ivory Coast. There really should be. Leads by example. Always puts in a good shift, as Didier Drogba. For club and for country. Well, there's not much that man can do at the moment. Seen the rug completely swept beneath his country's feet at the moment here tonight. All they can do is give it a blast and just throw the kitchen sink here at the Ivory Coast. Natives are getting somewhat hot under the collar here in the crowd. They are beginning to launch missiles onto the field of play as we speak. A lot of them are making their way out of the exit doors here at the moment. They've seen enough. The referee is calling both captains here for a quick pep talk. They look to calm things down off the field of play in the stands. Let's hope for our sakes that the players don't have to leave the field of play. There are ugly scenes on the terraces here. Packed sellout crowd here in the Leopold Sédar Senghor Stadium. Got firecrackers and missiles being launched down on the players. I do think that scenes like this in a football stadium were a thing of the past, but not so tonight. Heads on and off the field was the name of the game here tonight, and we're getting anything but. A lot of talking going on by both sets of players at the moment. A lot of that to do with the penalty awarded there by the referee. Good save there by Doubt. Just couldn't parry it away out of the danger zone. I haven't seen that again on the replay. There is no way that was a penalty. The referee disagreed. Drogba confidently put away that spot kick. Down on their haunches, are down on their luck at the moment, the Senegal players. There are plenty of policemen on parade here tonight in the stadium, and they really do need to get a grip of things here on the terraces. Just calm the situation down and eject all of those idiots who are lighting those fires in the terraces, so we can get this match up and running once again. It's only on one side of the stadium, and it is the far side there that is the problem area. The referee has got a decision to make here. Does he stick? Does he twist? Does he keep the players on the field of play and hope the situation calms down on the terraces? Does he twist and take them back into the locker room? away from the danger and out of the situation that is getting a little bit hot under the collar. We've got all the officials and the representatives of both the countries here down on the field of play having a brief conversation with the referee. Whether this match is going to be stopped, whether it's going to go ahead, whether they're going to take the players into the locker room. We'll wait and see what's going to happen here right now at the moment. Really would be a shame to see this match abandoned. There's no doubt about who is going to progress through to the finals next year. That is going to be the Ivory Coast, whether the match goes ahead or not. 6-2 aggregate lead before all the ugliness on the terraces reared up in front of our eyes here. It still remains to be seen whether this match is going to go ahead, but it just doesn't seem to be calming down whatsoever on those terraces. The pocket of Ivory Coast supporters to our left-hand side, making their way to safety onto the running track here around this stadium. They've been under siege by the Senegalese supporters as we speak. Really have taken this result very badly at the moment, the Senegal supporters. As I said, I thought these ugly scenes were a thing of the past on the football terraces. I like to think that the African and FIFA officials are going to have to make a decision here as soon as they can. We came here tonight expecting fireworks on the pitch, especially from the Senegal side. 4-2 down from that first leg. Instead, we've got it on the terraces instead. Smell the atmosphere changing from that first goal by Didier Drogba from that free kick. Then all hell broke loose after the referee awarded a penalty to the Ivory Coast, which Drogba dispatched into the corner of the net. This is just not the scene we would have liked to have seen here tonight from Dakar. Those supporters have let their country and their side down tonight. Of that there's no doubt. Came here in their droves, a sellout capacity crowd of almost 60,000 here tonight. They played their part in the first 15 minutes, really raising the decibel level with some vocal, vociferous support towards their side. That has now spilled into frustration and anger by the home supporters. Still no confirmation as to whether this match is going to be abandoned, whether the result is going to be given to the Ivory Coast, or whether it's going to get up and running once again, once the police have got a hold of the situation.
Allô Mboup? Oui, vraiment, jusqu'ici, c'est le statu quo. Il est difficile de savoir quel est.